But again, we're dealing with deceivers, liars, and people who don't want us to know the truth, don't want the people of the world to know the truth. So in chapter 10, Daniel at the top, they took out, you follow me, that the reason why Daniel was afflicting his soul for 3 full weeks. But he was afflicting himself because he had heard that Cyrus had stopped the building of this second temple. Okay, 62 weeks after their return, after Zerubbabel and Yahushua and them's return, after that remnant of 42,360's return. Okay, so again, what is this idol? You understand? What is this in the Gospels? They start out from a false premise, because the New Testament is supposed to be the fulfillment of this so-called Old, or the Book of Remembrance. It's got to be the fulfillment of this. Again, everything from Genesis through Malachi has come to pass or is yet to be fulfilled. So remember, you have to go in here and really read these things, and then Yah will illuminate you and you will see these things for what they truly are, instead of how people have misguided you and lied to you and told you these non-truths. But you have to go in and really read, okay? And again, when you go over here to Daniel, I'm going to pick it up, chapter 9, verse 25, the last half of verse 25, it says, the street shall be built again and the wall even in troublous times. That was done during the time of Nehemiah. And you can go into the book of Nehemiah and read about that. Okay? Nehemiah didn't come back until 444 BCE. Alright? And he built the street and the wall in troublous times. And it talks about that in the book of Nehemiah. Alright? And then it says in verse 26, after 62 weeks shall Messiah be cut off, but not for himself. We just told you about that. That was Zerubbabel. He got stopped. And the prince that shall come shall destroy the city and the sanctuary, and the end thereof shall be with a flood until the end of the war. Desolations are determined. The prince that came, that destroyed the city and the sanctuary, was Demetrius the First, the nephew of Antiochus Epiphanes. And this happened in 161 BCE. Okay? And in verse 27 it says again, and he shall confirm the covenant. This is the prince, Demetrius the First. He shall confirm the covenant or the agreement with many for 1 week, because he sent our forefathers a letter who were in the land in 161 BC after he defeated Antiochus V, his cousin. Alright? He sent a letter to our forefathers who were in Jerusalem, the ones of us who were still there, and told them, said, I'm not going to treat you like my uncle and my cousin have been treating you. In other words, Antiochus Epiphanes and his son Antiochus V. He said, you know, we are right. I'll be there in a week. But he got there in the midst of the week. And when he looked down on the city, him and his army, and he saw how peaceful it was, he said, I'm not going to allow this to go. So he sent his army in, and they destroyed that second sanctuary of Zerubbabel, you know, that he built for Yah, and they destroyed the city of Jerusalem. That took place in 161 BCE. Okay? You read about this in the Maccabees, if you're fortunate enough to get one that's in its, you know, without it being tampered with. So again, with that, we're going to cut off, and we're going to leave you again with the thought of, ask your pastors, ask your ministers, ask your preachers, okay? Ask your teachers, whoever they are. Bring these, I hope you take this, okay? Because it's kind of involved. It's even more, you know, but we had to cut it down for time constraints. But I take this to whoever your teachers are, wherever you're going, that's supposed to be teaching you the truth, and bring these things to them. Open up your book, bring it to them, and ask them about this, okay? Because again, it's plain if you're really reading the book, which you must do if you want understanding of the book, and most important, what you must do what Yah says to do for him to give you the understanding, because all wisdom and understanding comes from Yah. You understand? All Yah righteousness can do is bring this truth out. You follow me? But if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're never going to understand it. It's just that simple. And all who want to continue to follow idols and images, you know, that's your decision. And you got to live with that. And you have to answer for that. But all who seeks peace, truth, and righteousness, then you will do the necessary things, you understand, in reading this book, and so that you can discern for yourself. And wasn't that the prophecy in Malachi chapter 3 at the end, when Yah said he had a book of remembrance written up? Malachi, the last prophet of Yah, before today. All right? The last prophet of Yah. He said he had a book of remembrance written up for all those who would think upon his name. And he, in that day, they would be his Jews that he would make up. And he would spare them as a man spares his own son that serves him. Then you shall return and discern who's serving Yah and who's not serving Yah. So with that, for Yah righteousness, Jerusalem and the holy seed, blessed be the name of Yah. And bless all the audience out there, and peace, audience.